Kim Zolciak and Kroy sell mansion for shocking amount. RHOA alum Kim Zolciak and her estranged husband, Kroy, have finally sold their Georgia mansion for a shocking amount. It has been facing foreclosure and auction for 2.5 years now. In fact, it was supposed to be on the auction block in early December 2024. So what happened and how much did it sell for? Keep reading for all of the details. Kim Zolciak and Kroy sell mansion for shocking amount. For over 2 years, Kim Zolciak and Kroy lavish Georgia mansion has faced foreclosure and auction rumors. They have shut them down but watched as they faced legal issues and repossession. The couple appear happily in love for over a decade, but in April 2023, they filed for divorce. This came on the heels of the duo owing over $1 million to the IRS. Kim appeared to have an excessive shopping and gambling habit. She was soon attempting to sell everything she owned on her family's closet website. This included her prized wigs and lavish bags, shoes, and clothing. Kroy's car was soon repossessed, as was her daughter, Biermann's, while the former couple threw allegations at one another. The cops were called repeatedly while Kim and Kroy remained under one roof. They didn't have strict rules they had to follow, but ultimately were running out of time. Their bank, Truist, kept giving them extensions, and they had to find a buyer or their mansion would be foreclosed on. It seemed to be December 2024, and the home is empty, and that is because it has been sold. According to TMZ, the home has a new owner, and they got the home for a shocking $2.75 million. This all went down in January 2025, and it is crazy as the original listing price was $6 million. More so, Kim Zolciak balked at selling at $3 million, which is what Kroy had wanted to take. He felt this was fair and would keep them from foreclosure. However, she maintained she could not get a home on that. Regardless, the home was purchased for $900,000 in 2012, so it is still a win. Living alone. As of now, Kim Zolciak and Kroy apparently have each rented their own homes. These houses are close to where their former mansion was, which makes sense. They share 4 minor children who they likely want to keep in the same area. When fans learned of the sale, they were thrilled for the buyer who got a deal and a half. "I thought that house was beautiful. Someone got a steal. And to think she wanted $6 million. It was also noted that the home should be cleared of all the negative energy given how much the couple fought over the last year. Hopefully, the new owners have better luck. Kim Zolciak-Biermann stood at the grand double doors of her Milton, Georgia mansion, staring out at the sprawling estate she and Kroy had once considered their forever home. The columns, the shimmering pool, the perfectly manicured lawn. It was all still breathtaking. But today, it wasn't the sight of the lavish property that had her breathless. It was the fact that she was about to walk away from it for a fraction of what it was worth. The rumors had been swirling for months. First, whispers of financial troubles. Then, reports of foreclosure. And now the unthinkable. The home they had so proudly flaunted on Don't Be Tardy had been sold for a jaw-dropping amount, far below what anyone had expected. The once multimillion-dollar estate had changed hands for a price that sent shockwaves through Atlanta's elite real estate circles. Kim clutched her phone, scrolling through article after article. Kim and Kroy's mansion sells for pennies on the dollar, foreclosure nightmare. Zolciak-Biermann home auctioned off in shocking deal. The end of an era. Kim and Kroy say goodbye to their dream home. Each headline stung more than the last. How had it come to this? She had worked so hard to craft the image of a glamorous, jet-setting life. From the custom Versus rugs to the chandelier-lit wine cellar, every inch of the estate had been curated for maximum opulence. But behind closed doors, the cracks had been forming for a long time. The lavish spending, the unpaid bills, the financial strain. It had all finally caught up to them. And now here she was, standing in a house that was no longer hers, waiting for the new owners to arrive. Kroy walked into the foyer, his expression unreadable. His NFL days were long behind him, and with the uncertainty of their finances, he was no longer the carefree, easygoing man she had married. "They'll be here soon," he said quietly. Kim sighed. I can't believe this is happening." Do you know how embarrassing this is? Kroy ran a hand through his hair. It's not ideal, Kim, but it's reality. We have to move forward. Moving forward, the words felt hollow. Where would they go? What would they do? She had built her brand around excess, indulgence, and luxury. What did downsizing even look like for someone like her? A sleek black SUV pulled up the long driveway. Kim braced herself as a well-dressed couple stepped out, their excitement unmistakable. The new owners. They looked young, successful, like the type of people Kim and Kroy used to be when they first moved in. The woman, a petite brunette in designer heels, approached with a polite smile. "Mrs. Zolciak-Biermann, I just want to say we are so honored to be purchasing this home. We've admired it for years." Kim forced a smile. "I hope you enjoy it." She tried to keep her voice steady, but the sting of the moment was too much. As the couple toured the house, marveling at its grandeur, Kim lingered in what had been her sanctuary. The massive walk-in closet that had housed her collection of designer shoes and handbags. It was empty now, save for a forgotten bottle of Chanel perfume on a shelf. She picked it up, sprayed a little into the air, and closed her eyes. The scent brought back memories of extravagant shopping sprees, Bravo cameras capturing her every move, and the days when money seemed endless. Now the cameras were gone. The money was gone. And the house, her house, was gone. She heard Kroy's voice down the hall, finalizing the last details with the buyers. The reality hit her like a freight train. She had no choice but to walk out of the front doors, get into the car, and drive away from the life she had fought so hard to maintain. As she stepped outside, she didn't dare look back. Instead, she lifted her chin, adjusted her oversized sunglasses, and climbed into the waiting car. She wasn't sure where they were headed next. But if there was one thing Kim Zolciak-Biermann knew how to do, it was reinvent herself. The mansion may have sold for a shocking amount, but Kim wasn't done yet. Not by a long shot. Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann had always prided themselves on living lavishly. From the moment they set foot in their sprawling Georgia mansion, the estate had been more than just a house. It was a statement. A reflection of their opulent lifestyle, complete with marble floors, grand chandeliers, and a walk-in closet the size of a boutique. The estate had been featured on their reality show, flaunted on social media, and envied by many. But now, the once glamorous couple was preparing to say goodbye. Rumors had been swirling for months about financial troubles, and whispers of foreclosure had sent their fans into a frenzy. But in true Kim fashion, she had always denied it, swearing up and down that everything was fine, that their home was secure, that she and Kroy were simply making business moves. And then, like a thunderbolt, the news broke. Kim and Kroy had officially sold their mansion, for a price that left the public reeling. It wasn't the multi-million-dollar deal that everyone had expected. It wasn't the grandiose farewell they had likely envisioned. Instead, the mansion had sold for a fraction of its anticipated value, leaving fans and critics alike to question what had gone so wrong.